Quickly attends Melina, her black braid swaying. She procures a syringe and injects its serum into Melina's neck. The princess's wide, deformed mouth and jagged teeth recede, and her face transforms back to normal. Life returns to Melina's eyes. Sindel stands to face Li Mei. Melina groggily places her hand on Tanya's. They exchange looks. Tanya smiles.
Praise Argus. Thank you. I am in your debt.
No, Your Majesty. There can be no debt between friends.
Liu Kang steps in.
I am glad she is safe, and that our conflict has ended.
It is paused, not ended. Li Mei has earned my goodwill. Whether you do remains to be seen.
I seek only peace, Your Majesty.
She squints.
Is that why you send minions on secret missions into my empire? You've proved yourself the enemy I was long warned you would be.
I understand your anger, but I had reason to believe that Shang Tsung posed a threat to both of us. Until I confirmed them, I did not want to burden you with my suspicions.
And now?
They have proven true. Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, the General. They conspire to conquer our realms.
A serious charge. Where is your proof?
At Shang Tsung's laboratory. If what you see there does not convince you, I will surrender Earthrealm without a fight.
Later in the lab, Sindel grimaces at a chained hybrid with amputated limbs and spilled guts. Liu Kang, the princesses, and Umgadi watch.
How could I have so misjudged them? For Shang Tsung to indulge in such depravity, for General Shao to condone it, they are not the men I thought them.
Despite my best efforts, neither man nor Quan Chi are who they were meant to be.
They're not your responsibility. They're Outworlders.
But it is I who crafted their destinies, along with those of all other beings, at the dawn of history.
You created the realms. Is your mind addled, demigod?
I am a mere demigod now, but eons ago, I was more powerful than all of the Elder Gods combined. I was a Titan, and the Keeper of Time.
He pushes air in a circle to create a small sandstorm. Sand and light collect to form Geras. A gold dragon tattoo sits on his bare brown shoulder. He conjures an image of an hourglass.
This is Geras.
Your Majesty, Your Highnesses.
Geras is the guardian of the Hourglass, a celestial object which lies beyond the realms. The Hourglass regulates time and destiny. When I wielded its power, it was upon me to craft all of existence, which I did when I restarted history.
Restarted?
This timeline was preceded by billions more. Though this is the first of Liu Kang's design. The others were designed by his predecessor. Kronika was obsessed with equalizing good and evil. When a timeline veered too far to one or the other, she would halt it and restart history, tinkering with lives and events in the hope of achieving her golden balance.
Prior timelines, Kronika gave Shang Tsung and Quan Chi mastery of the most vile magics. Shao was not a general, a tyrannical ruler bent on conquest. You, Sindel, were his ruthless wife, who would do anything to preserve your privilege. When I took the hourglass from Kronika, I vowed to do better. So in this timeline, the sorcerers would not gain their dark powers. Shao would be your loyal follower, and you would rule Outworld firmly, but fairly.
But someone has interfered with Liu Kang's design. Shao, Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, all have been groomed by an unknown entity to be the villains they were in previous timelines.
Where to begin? Am I to kneel to my creator? Do you expect worship?
No, Your Majesty. My prior role was thrust upon me by circumstance. I am in no way divine.
You had power over all of creation, yet you gave it up.
Because I saw how it drove Kronika mad. I knew I would fare no better had I kept it.
Shao kicks open the door and struts in with Goro, Rain, and the winged Natara. Sindel advances, followed by the others.
You. How dare you conspire against Outworld?
Not against Outworld, but against your misguided rule. Your deference to him leaves us all vassals.
So you sanction these unspeakable horrors? Lie to me about the threats we face? Thanks to you, Earthrealm blood is already on my hands. Bloodshed, without cause or provocation.
An amulet.
Don't move.
Empress, everyone, stay back.
What is it?
The Amulet of Shinnok, a weapon of terrifying power.
It should not exist. Its maker is powerless, as Liu Kang designed.
Yet more proof of foreign interference.
Enough prattle. You'll both bend a knee to Outworld's new emperor.
Put down the amulet. Its evil is beyond your control.
Do you think I do battle not trained with my weapons? I am more than prepared.
Thrusts the trembling amulet. Glowing tendrils and orange light pull Geras and the princesses into the amulet's central pool. A fight breaks out and Natara strikes Sindel.
So General Shao casts his lot with Outworld's enemies against me. He's a fool to ally with you blood-sucking fiends.
Fight.
Goro wallops the victim in the face, then pulls both arms apart to rip them out of their sockets. He headbutts the victim. Natara kicks her victim upward, then stabs her claws through their neck before slamming across the floor.
You've treated the Iranians like filth. Today we have our revenge.
Fight.
So unfortunate.
Capitulate! Still you fight on. It is a pointless endeavor.
Fight.
You're no better than Shang Tsung's monstrosities.
Liu Kang ducks under Rain's staff swing, then elbows his face just before Sindel jump kicks him to the floor.
Tanya and your daughters, they are not dead, but trapped in the amulet. We can still save them.
They freeze as General Shao raises the amulet to them. Li Mei leaps through the air and kicks Shao to the floor, making him drop the amulet. Sindel grabs it. Soldiers chase them into a corridor. Liu Kang turns and blasts a stream of fire at the soldiers, igniting several. Sindel screams purple sonic energy at the ceiling, making it collapse between them and the soldiers.
Detain me!
They hurry to the lab's upper level where numerous warriors and soldiers fight. Sindel marches to Reiko.
It's no surprise that you are party to Shao's treason. Know that it will cost you your life.
I owe him mine many times over. Sacrificing it in his service would be an honor.
Fight.
Against Earthrealm, no
Fight.
one would rise against it.
Taro charges the victim with a headbutt, then back kicks their torso to shatter their ribs. Reiko throws a spear through his victim's chest. He breaks off the spear's handle to smash it through their skull.
That Shang misled you makes you no less culpable. You will
Fight.
answer for this crime. Your rebellion is doomed.
Rain and Shao enter. Rain blasts a water bolt at Sindel. Li Mei shields Sindel and gets knocked back.
Your betrayal hurts most, Rain. I thought of you as a son.
I've outgrown you, Empress. Shang Tsung's taught me that I've scratched just the surface of my power. To explore it, I can't be bound by your limits.
Fight!
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Rain summons two tendrils of water which wrap around the victim's hips to electrocute them and shatter their pelvis.
You've sacrificed your position and reputation. Neither will you get
Fight.
back. forever dead to me.
General Shao headbutts an Ungadi, then cleaves off her arm with his axe. He hacks into another shoulder, then wrenches the blade out.
Your reign is over, Sindel.
I remember the weak, sickly boy you were. How your father fought to push you past your infirmities. Now you repay him by spitting on his ideals? Your revolt shreds every value he held dear.
Fight.
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. General Shao's axe bashes the victim into the air. He leaps and slams the axe to cleave their ribs apart, then dives to stomp them.
These are your reigns final moments. Savor. Fight.
Both me and the Empire. Your family name will be forever tarnished.
You are relieved, General.
The amulet, Your Majesty.
Sindel hands Liu Kang the amulet. Fiery light pours from it as Liu Kang holds it up. Orange energy streams from the amulet. Melina, Kitana, Tanya, and Eurus materialize. Sindel runs to her daughters, and they all hug tightly.
I hate to disrupt, but we must act quickly to save Earthrealm.
Is that the command of my creator?
No, Your Majesty. It is the request of a friend.
He smiles warmly. Later, Liu Kang, Geras, Sindel, Tanya, Melina, Kitana, Smoke, and Scorpion stand in a tree line of the forest surrounding Shang Tsung's ruined fortress and gaze up at 4 green solnados shining from behind its ramparts. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi stand before a large stone well filled with green light. A dragon crown rises out from it. Shang Tsung takes it.
We are ready.
And the Soul Stealers?
Keep them running. I am sure we'll find a use for the collected souls.
They walk to the stone steps of the fortress's immense entryway. A soldier stands with his back to a railing in a terrace. Kitana hops up from behind and stabs his neck with a knife. She throws him over the balcony, then jumps up over it to the terrace with Tanya and Melina. Melina dashes to a soldier manning a siege weapon on the rampart from behind. She plunges a knife into his neck, takes control of the weapon, and fires its massive bolt at a soldier standing at another Scorpio nearby. Kitana shoves a soldier over the top of a rampart as she and Tanya hurry past. Scorpion stands at the edge of a tall wall. He throws his kunai-tipped rope dart at the head of a soldier below. It impales his skull, then Scorpion hoists him up. Smoke runs along the rooftop of the portcullis, then hops down to the others standing at its entrance. They peer at numerous soldiers marching near the 4 Soul Stealers.
Will they stand down, if ordered?
No. Those are the General's most loyal lieutenants.
They must be neutralized if we are to shut down the Soul Stealers.
Yes, they do. We should split up.
Liu Kang, Melina, Smoke, Sindel, Kitana, Tanya, and Geras sprint through the portcullis into the soldiers guarding the Soul Stealers. Umgadi priestesses and other warriors fight the soldiers while Melina and Tanya break away from the group and raise their weapons to a Soul Stealer. They freeze and turn to Ermac as he floats behind them.
Stay behind me, Princess.
No. We fight together.
He telekinetically throws chunks of a wall at them. One knocks Tanya to the ground while Melina bounds across the others midair and leaps to Ermac. He launches her back just before she can strike with her side blade. Ermac throws Melina and Tanya up to the fortress ramparts. Tanya tries to sit up, teeth gritted and a hand over her torso. Melina crawls to her.
What's wrong?
My ribs. They may be broken.
Ermac levitates above them, green energy pooling around his hands.
Help me up.
No, Tanya, stay down. This time, I protect you.
We are Ermac. It is pointless to resist us.
Come any closer, and you'll feel the points of my blades.
We are many. You are one. Your souls will become part of our collection. Fight!
You'll have no part of me, Ermac.
Amazing, Melina. In another life, you could have been Umgadi.
I prefer this one, dearest Tanya.
Melina helps her up, then holds her arm as they pass by Ermac's twitching body.
We must leave. Quickly.
Melina, wait.
Melina stops and turns to Ermac.
Father?
Ermac staggers to her. His dry and gnarled face transforms, softening into that of a living man's. His eyes are a muted green.
Father? Is it truly you?
Yes, Melina. This body was created from the living forest's souls. Mine was one of them. Your attack broke the spell that binds us. Now, I am in control.
Father!
Melina and Jared embrace tightly. They pull back and he looks at Tanya.
You are Umgadi, but not Li Mei.
I replaced her after your death, Your Majesty. She left the Order rather than accept punishment.
Punishment? It was not her fault.
A discussion for another time, Father. We must go.
They glance over their shoulders, then hurry off. Liu Kang and Geras stride across the fortress plaza while Jared floats himself, Melina, and Tanya to the ground nearby. Kitana dashes to Jared and throws her arms around him. His smile drops as he turns to Sindel.
Jared?
She runs to him.
Yes, Sindel. It's me.
How I've missed you.
They share a deep smile as she touches his face.
Greetings, Jared.
Liu Kang bows.
Liu Kang, my friend. We meet again.
It is good to have you back. We once again find ourselves in challenging circumstances.
And once again, we will prevail. As always, Sindel, I am yours to command.
She beams as he rests a hand on her shoulder. Shang Tsung wears the dragon crown near Quan Chi in the Tomb of the Dragon Army. They watch 10 dragon warriors punch and kick the air in unison. Melina, Kitana, and Smoke sneak behind rows of inactive dragon warriors on the other side of the cavern. Melina observes Quan Chi and Shang Tsung.
How is it they're unaware that the Soul Stealers are shut down?
We are deep within the mountain. From here, they couldn't tell.
Liu Kang, Scorpion, Geras, Jared, and Sindel join them.
Look at them conspiring. It is history we should not be repeating.
We must take the crown. Without it, he can't raise more warriors.
Our odds will improve if we can surround them.
I'll distract them while the rest of you get into position. Leave it to me, Mother.
She steps away from the others.
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung turns to Melina as she approaches.
Princess Melina.
I bring news from Outworld. Sindel is deposed. General Shao now rules.
And yet you are still free.
To succeed, the General needed help on the inside. I provided it.
The heir to the throne gives it up willingly.
It is a burden I've never wanted. The realm is better left in General... Emperor Shao's hands.
A most mature perspective. Outworld benefits from your wisdom.
Yes, Shang Tsung, it does. But not in the manner that you expect.
Everyone else drops from the upper level and quickly surrounds Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, and the Dragon Warriors before attacking. Liu Kang and a warrior trade punches. Another punches Geras' face. Unfazed, he hammers its head with his fist. Tanya bashes a warrior with her staff. Shang Tsung and Quan Chi face Melina.
A bold gambit, princess.
It is an impressive display of guile. Who knew she was so capable?
You count yourselves among my doubters. I will count you among the dead.
Fight! Fight. Pointless.
attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Shang Tsung injects his victim with a green syringe. The toxin causes bones to mutate out of their innards like roots.
As I suspected, her capabilities are indeed limited.
Fight!
There will be consequences for forsaking Outworld.
Shang Tsung clenches his teeth and sits up. He looks at the terracotta soldiers, then turns to the dragon crown on the floor near him.
Thanks to the princess, this fight is ended.
The fight, perhaps. Not the battle.
True. Until your benefactor is caught, the realms remain threatened. Who is she, sorcerer?
They turn to the crown as green energy swirls around it.
Speak of the devil. Liu Kang. Meet Damashi.
Damashi?
The crown shines gold and floats. Sand spirals beneath it. Then another Shang Tsung materializes along with the bones of the others.
You are the victim of deception, sorcerer.
You're not Damashi. You're me. More correctly, you are me. A poor facsimile, anyway. Made lesser by Liu Kang's meddling.
What's happening here? Who is he?
This Shang Tsung is whom I battled for the Hourglass. I thought him dead.
As I did you, Liu Kang. It turns out our battle released mammoth energies which ripped apart time's fabric. The fight had 2 conclusions. In one, I was the victor. In the other, it was you. It was eons before I discovered this. Once I did, I knew the path forward.
I took this form and infiltrated your timeline. I elevated these wretches, giving them great power. Together, they sowed discord among the realms, and assembled for me the Dragon Army. I led them to believe they were aiding my conquest of Earthrealm and Outworld. But my intent is to exterminate all life in this timeline, and then merge it into my own.
You promised us realms. Now you leave us to slaughter? You were pawns, not partners. Your purpose served, you will be sacrificed.
We served you loyally, built you the Dragon Crown.
This? It is a toy. I do not need it to control the Dragon Army. Only the souls contained within.
The Titan Shang Tsung from the Dark Timeline tramples the crown, releasing numerous souls from it that stream into the different sections. He smiles with the other dark versions of the fighters.
Goodbye, Liu Kang. Neither you nor your timeline will be missed.
He teleports away. Dark Sindel steps forward as Dark Raiden stands behind her, eyes red.
It appears our interests align. For now.
Know that I trust neither of you. I will finish you both at the first hint of treachery.
Dark Sindel smiles with defeat. Dark Raiden rises behind her. He crackles with red electricity. The fight is hard and Dark Sindel screams a sonic blast at her. Melina rushes Dark Raiden, but he shoots her with a lightning bolt, knocking her down. Jared kneels by her.
Melina, what's wrong?
Her fangs grow.
Serum wearing off. Must stay in control. You attack my family, I will make you suffer.
Further resistance serves no purpose. This timeline will be destroyed. Fight!
sent more minions.
The warriors face off against their dark counterparts.
Come forward if you dare. I will finish what Raiden could not.
Quan Chi and Sindel front kick her. Dark Sindel blocks their attacks, then crescent kicks Quan Chi's face. She jumps and kicks Jared back while punching Sindel away. She stretches her hair out and trips Smoke with it, then Sonic screams, "Gear us" to the floor. Her hair whips out and flips Kitana and Liu Kang down. Dark Sindel punches Kitana's face as she gets up. She smashes Scorpion's chest with her arm, driving him down. Her hair shoots out to grab Shang Tsung and Tanya as they sprint over, then slams them to the floor. Dark Sindel smirks as the warriors lie motionless around her. Sindel takes a katana on the floor and hauls herself up with it.
Your tenacity is to be admired. Until our last breaths are taken, as long as blood flows through our veins, we are not beaten. Noble sentiments, which in the end matter little. None of you will leave here alive.
Dark Sindel's hair lifts a katana from the floor and places it in her hand. She dashes to Sindel and forces her counterpart's blade to the floor, then smoothly stabs her shoulder and front kicks her back. Sindel locks blades with Dark Sindel, then uppercuts her jaw as she starts to use a sonic scream. She bashes Dark Sindel's face with the sword's hilt and flings her to the floor. Sindel raises her blade over her counterpart, then Dark Sindel's hair quickly grabs her sword and impales Sindel's gut. Dark Sindel's hair coils around Sindel and flings her aside.
Oh, it's so sad to see a child lose her mother.
If my mother dies, she won't be the only Sindel to perish!
Fight.
The attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Sindel's hair grabs and slams the victim. Two strands hold their ankles to yank their legs apart, twisting their hips.
Victory is assured.
Fight.
Melina stumbles to the floor. Tanya hurries to her, then injects the serum into her neck with a syringe. Kitana and Jared each hold one of Sindel's hands as she sits bruised and bloodied on the floor. She clutches the wound in her belly.
Mother, you can't go. Not yet.
It's my time, dear. At least we had a few hours more.
I will cherish them.
Mother...
Melina kneels to Sindel and takes her hand.
You are now Empress. Rule well.
I will, Mother. Father and Kitana will help me.
Sindel's expression stills. She gazes up with glassy eyes. Jared waves a hand over her and pink energy flows from her into him.
Of course.
The others stand around them as the last of the pink energy streams into Jared.
Father, what did you do?
I collected your mother's soul. It resides within me. She is safe.
Liu Kang quickly approaches.
Hurry, everyone. We must withdraw.
The fighters run out of the Tomb of the Dragon Army. They step through through the snowy foothills of the mountains as the sun sets, the ruined fortress in the far distance behind them. They all stop and turn back to the fortress as hundreds of dragon warriors march away from it and down a pathway.
To move an army that large among realms, he'll need a portal, yes?
More than one. You will need a nexus of portal gateways.
It must be nearby. We follow them. They will lead us to it.
Agreed. But we cannot strike until Raiden and Kung Lao arrive.
That the Lin Kuei won't aid us is unforgivable. Bihan has corrupted them totally.
When this crisis ends, we will deal with that one.
This is but the opening battle in a longer war. Titan Shang Tsung has prepared his entire timeline for it. We cannot match its strength.
My counterpart said that your battle with him ripped time's fabric, creating two timelines. But how do we know that it wasn't torn further? If there are two timelines, can't there be more?
Shang Tsung smirks.
Why the thought experiment, sorcerer?
You said we lack strength. We might find it in other timelines.
How would we do that?
We gather allies from across timelines, other titans, to build an overwhelming force.
If they exist. We have no proof that they do.
We must fight the battle in front of us. We can't stake our survival on pure conjecture.
If Liu Kang is right, the battle in front of us is already lost. This may be our only hope.
Geras, your thoughts?
It is possible. But as I am only the Hourglass's steward, such a search is beyond me. It can only be undertaken by the Keeper of Time.
And I no longer wield that power.
Geras' brow furrows deeply.
You may be able to regain it.
What? How do you mean?
When you gave up control of the Hourglass, I worried that one day you would find you needed it. So rather than let your power dissipate, I collected it. To this day, it remains safely stored.
Why did you never tell me this?
Because the process of restoring your power is likely irreversible. Returning to the life you have now, as Earthrealm's protector, a life you cherish, may be impossible.
And you did not want me tempted to make that sacrifice, unless it was absolutely necessary.
Correct.
Thank you, Geras. You have saved us with your wisdom. Now, where have you stored my power? We must retrieve it.
It is at the Fire Temple, stored in the Jade Jaguar gifted to you by the great Kung Lao.
Liu Kang smiles and nods. Dozens of dragon warriors march past a large stone archway being constructed in a snowy valley. Dark Geras steps to Titan Shang Tsung as he stands nearby.
Yes, Geras.
Liu Kang has proven more resilient than anticipated. He and his comrades have escaped the fortress.
Forget the others. Find Liu Kang. He alone threatens my plans.
Liu Kang and Geras walk down a path leading to the Fire Temple.
You could have picked no better vessel to store my power, Geras. I have always treasured the great Kung Lao's gift. It reminds me of his meticulous nature and his generous heart.
Once we retrieve the Jade Jaguar, we will proceed to the Hourglass. There, we will transfer the temporal power stored within it to you.
It now occurs to me that all along, you have had unfettered access to the power stored within. You could have taken it, become Keeper of Time, but chose not to. Why?
Because I have faith in your vision for this new era. I am content to be its guardian.
Thank you, Geras. Now, this process you propose, you are sure it will restore my power?
As sure as I can be of one that has been neither tried nor tested. But even if successful, it is not guaranteed that you will find any other timelines or allies. They may not exist.
I pray this is not a fool's errand. I hate leaving the others behind.
Your champions will bolster their strength against the dragon army. It is sure to be the mother of all battles.
May the Elder Gods protect them.
The pair steps to the Fire Temple's entrance, the sun shining overhead. The dragon army constructs more stone archways, portals glowing with dim light in the valley. The moon shines weakly through mist blanketing the sky onto dark Shao Kahn and Reiko as they watch from atop a portal.